Juanita Bynum has done it again, and this time, she's making headlines for publicly rebuking Dr. Tony Evans, one of the most respected voices in modern Christianity. What did she say that has the internet buzzing? And why are millions of people watching this unfold? The details are shocking, the reactions are explosive, and what comes next could change the way people view these two influential figures forever. Welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into the most controversial and trending stories in the world of faith, celebrity, and inspiration. Today, we're breaking down a story that's causing waves across social media. Juanita Bynum, the outspoken evangelist and author, is going viral for publicly rebuking Dr. Tony Evans, a widely respected pastor and speaker known for his decades of ministry. In this video, we'll cover exactly what Juanita Bynum said, the context behind her rebuke, and why it's drawing both praise and criticism from viewers around the world. You'll also hear reactions from church leaders, social media users, and insiders who are weighing in on this unexpected clash between two influential Christian voices. By the end of this video, you'll understand the full story, what led to this moment, why it's making headlines, and the possible implications for both Juanita Bynum and Dr. Tony Evans. And trust me, the details you're about to hear are far more dramatic than what the clips alone show. So stay tuned, because this story has twists you won't want to miss. Before we dive into the viral rebuke, it's important to understand who Juanita Bynum and Dr. Tony Evans are, and why their clash has captured so much attention. Juanita Bynum is a well-known evangelist, author, and speaker. Recognized for her bold and outspoken style, she has spent decades ministering to audiences through her books, conferences, and television appearances. Bynum is known for her passionate delivery, unfiltered commentary, and willingness to challenge the status quo in the church. Over the years, she has built a reputation as a spiritual authority, particularly for women, often addressing issues of faith, personal growth, and empowerment. Her messages are emotional and direct, which has earned her both a devoted following and outspoken critics. Dr. Tony Evans, on the other hand, is one of the most respected pastors in America. He founded Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship in Dallas, Texas, and has authored dozens of books, hosted radio and television programs, and built a legacy of teaching that spans decades. Evans is often praised for his biblical scholarship, calm and authoritative demeanor, and ability to connect with diverse audiences. His voice carries weight not only in the African American Christian community, but also across mainstream evangelical circles. The reason this story is so compelling is that these two figures represent very different approaches to ministry. Juanita Bynum is bold, sometimes confrontational, and unafraid to speak out, while Dr. Tony Evans embodies a more measured, scholarly approach. When Juanita publicly rebuked Evans, it wasn't just two voices clashing. It was a collision of styles, reputations, and influence. And here's where it gets even more interesting. The rebuke didn't come out of nowhere. Sources say there was a series of events and disagreements that set the stage for this explosive moment, and understanding that background helps explain why millions of viewers have reacted so strongly online. What exactly happened behind the scenes? That's what we're about to uncover in the next section. The moment that has everyone talking happened during a live broadcast and social media clips that quickly went viral. Juanita Bynum, known for her fearless and unfiltered commentary, publicly rebuked Dr. Tony Evans in a way that stunned viewers and sparked a firestorm online. According to sources and the clips circulating, Bynum addressed what she perceived as a lack of accountability and spiritual direction in certain church leadership practices, pointing directly at Evans' ministry style. She used strong language to express her disappointment, emphasizing that even respected leaders must be open to correction and must not become untouchable figures within the church community. Her words were passionate, unapologetic, and delivered with the emotional intensity that has become her trademark. What shocked viewers most was the boldness of calling out someone of Evans' stature publicly. Dr. Tony Evans has spent decades building a reputation as a wise, steady, and influential pastor, and few have dared to challenge him in such a direct manner. Bynum's rebuke wasn't just commentary. It was a confrontation that highlighted perceived spiritual and leadership shortcomings, challenging Evans to reflect and immediately exploded with reactions. Some praised Bynum for her courage, calling it a necessary wake-up call and a reminder that no one is above accountability. Others criticized her approach, suggesting that her public rebuke was too aggressive and could damage relationships within the church community. The debate highlighted a broader tension: How do church leaders handle accountability, criticism, and public disagreement? And how much influence should a single outspoken figure have over respected peers in ministry? Adding fuel to the fire, insiders hinted that Bynum's rebuke may have been rooted in months of private conversations and disagreements that never made it to the public eye. This suggests that the viral clip is just the tip of the iceberg, and that there may be more context to uncover about why Bynum felt compelled to speak out in such a dramatic way. And here's the twist that has everyone talking. Bynum didn't just stop at criticism, she also issued a call for spiritual reflection and accountability, urging leaders and followers alike to reconsider their approach to faith and leadership. The balance of challenge and encouragement is what made this moment so powerful and so controversial. But the reactions weren't limited to social media alone. Prominent voices in the Christian community, including other pastors and ministry leaders, began weighing in, further amplifying the controversy. What they said next added another layer of complexity to this story and made it even more compelling. After Juanita Bynum's rebuke of Dr. Tony Evans went viral, the reactions were immediate, widespread, and intense. Social media erupted with millions of views, likes, shares, and comments, sparking heated debates across platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Many viewers praised Bynum for her courage, applauding her willingness to speak truth to power, especially in a faith community where respected leaders are often viewed as untouchable. Supporters of Bynum called her rebuke refreshing, necessary, and even biblical accountability in action. They argued that her approach reminded the church that leaders, no matter how influential, are human and must remain open to correction. Some highlighted her history of empowering women and confronting uncomfortable truths in ministry, framing this rebuke as consistent with her mission. On the other hand, critics were quick to voice their disapproval. Some accused Bynum of overstepping boundaries, suggesting that public confrontation could create unnecessary division within the Christian community. Others warned that airing disputes in such a public manner might damage the credibility of both Bynum and Evans, potentially undermining the broader mission of ministry. Comment sections across social media were flooded with debates over the tone, timing, and appropriateness of her actions, showing just how polarizing this incident has become. The story didn't stop there. Prominent pastors, ministry leaders, and faith influencers began weighing in. Some defended Dr. Tony Evans, highlighting his decades-long reputation for integrity, scholarship, and spiritual leadership. They cautioned against rushing to judgment and reminded the public that ministry disagreements are complex and often nuanced. Others, however, openly supported Bynum, emphasizing that even revered leaders must be held accountable when their actions, or lack of transparency, affect their congregations. Adding to the intrigue, faith commentators started analyzing past interactions between Bynum and Evans, suggesting that this rebuke may have been the culmination of months, if not years, of private disagreements. These insights fueled speculation that the viral moment was not entirely spontaneous, but rather the public unveiling of a deeper tension. As the debate spread, trending hashtags related to the incident began circulating widely, reaching audiences far beyond the typical Christian circles. Videos of the rebuke were shared across multiple platforms, and discussion threads exploded with thousands of comments dissecting every word, tone, and expression. People started asking, was Bynum's approach too aggressive, or was it a much-needed challenge to the culture of unquestioned authority? The reactions couldn't get more intense, an unexpected voice from within Dr. Tony Evans' own circle responded publicly, sending shockwaves through the online community. What was said next? That revelation escalated the situation even further, creating a new chapter in this unfolding controversy that few saw coming. While the public debate rages on social media, insiders within the ministry world have begun to offer a closer look at what might have led to Juanita Bynum's viral rebuke of Dr. Tony Evans. Sources suggest that this incident is not merely a spontaneous clash, but may be the result of long-standing tensions, philosophical differences, and disagreements over leadership approaches. Juanita Bynum is known for her unfiltered approach to ministry. Those close to her say she has often confronted leaders privately before going public, meaning this rebuke may have followed attempts at private discussion that failed to achieve the accountability she sought. Insiders claim that Bynum has been increasingly concerned about certain aspects of leadership within influential ministries, particularly regarding transparency, accountability, and the spiritual nurturing of congregations. Dr. Tony Evans, on the other hand, is highly respected for his decades of service, clear teaching, and disciplined approach. Sources close to Evans indicate that he has consistently maintained his principles and pastoral methods, which may have unintentionally clashed with Bynum's expectations or critiques. This tension, they suggest, has been simmering quietly for months, creating an underlying friction that finally surfaced in the viral rebuke. Another key insider insight revolves around the influence of social media. Some ministry insiders argue that the public nature of Bynum's rebuke was strategically designed to spark accountability in a way that private conversations may not achieve. By bringing the issue to a wide audience, she effectively amplified the message, ensuring that it couldn't be ignored or dismissed. However, this approach also comes with risks, including public backlash, criticism, and the possibility of creating divisions within the church community. Moreover, insiders hint that there may have been other players involved behind the scenes, advisors, ministry staff, and even mutual acquaintances, who tried to mediate or calm the situation before it became public. According to these sources, some of those efforts may have failed, prompting Bynum to take decisive action on a public platform. What's particularly fascinating is that this situation has reportedly sparked internal discussions within Evans' ministry. Staff and leaders have been analyzing the rebuke, examining whether it points to systemic issues, differences in leadership philosophy, or simply a clash of personalities. Some insiders have even suggested that the rebuke could lead to meaningful reflection and change if handled wisely, turning a controversial moment into a catalyst for growth.